I think the hardest thing for me is probably honing down the books. Has been a challenge, and we've talked about book collections before, and that covers
Mm,
homeschooling stuff we've had too. Um,
mm,
but a lot of other stuff I just don't need it.
mm, mm,
That's the question I ask myself: Can I live without it?
mm,
Can I
mm,
live without it? Like, yeah, and
mm.
because yeah,
Well,
yeah,
and the other thing that I've been doing, and this has worked really quite well too, because when I first moved back here and got all of my stuff out of storage, because then it's a matter of going through again, because now you're in a different place. And also, I actually, stayed in South Australia for almost a year. So you've got time too to
yeah,
between when it all went in storage. Then when it comes out of storage, there's that time delay plus just different house, which is
yeah,
much, much smaller. Like this is
yes,
I don't know, a third of the
mm,
size of my other house. So,
yeah,
and as I was going through stuff, I'd put them in boxes, the things that I thought I didn't want. And I just had that out in the laundry. And I had this thing in myself, if I haven't taken the stuff out of that in 6 months, then that box can go to the op shop.
yep,
So, and that was really helpful because there was a couple of things I actually went and took back out and
mm,
used. But then there were different things that I put in there that I knew, oh, I thought I wanted this, but when it came to actually living life in a smaller place, I realized I'd made the wrong decision. And that was really good. So, and
yes,
yeah, so that was useful as well. Because if you
yeah,
haven't used it for 6 months, I mean, it depends who you are and what your situation is. I guess if you've got a really big garage that's half empty, you could put it in a garage and say for 12 months, because then you're going through all of the seasons, like
yeah,
you're going through if you've got birthdays, Christmases, if it's I
yeah.
don't know, good serving bowl that you may use or
The
whatever it
trifle
is.
bowl that you use at Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you've got different yeah, so maybe 12 months for some people would be better. For me,
mm,
I just decided I was just arbitrary. I chose 6 months
mm,
just because it's a
yep,
small house and I didn't want to have boxes around for too long.
yeah. If it's
Yeah,
clothing, I always say 12 months because you go through all the cycles. So I've
yeah,
honed my clothing down. It's a large wardrobe with drawers in it, but that's all I've got now for clothing
yeah.
and even linen. So I don't know how many sets of linen we had. We had four queen beds in this house at one stage. And so I just had like two sets of sheets for every one of them. Well, we've got one queen bed, one king single, and a split queen now. So the requirements are all different. So
Mm.
yeah.
I, yeah, I found the linen quite difficult, to be honest, because I was the same. I had lots of spare quilts and spare blankets, and that came from like I had three children that were at home that would have friends
Mm,
come over, plus I had nieces and nephews that would visit at different times.
mm,
So, um, trying to work out how much do you actually need to keep,
mm,
and I got rid of huge numbers of quilts and um, sheets and things like
yeah.
that. Yeah. And it's a little bit hard to let go, I must admit, because
Yes.
I talked to myself and I told myself, no, this is just fantasy, Sonia, because, my mum's got to a stage where the drive is just such a long way that she's unlikely to come too often at all. And
Mm,
And if she does, well, I've got enough stuff for her anyway.
mm,
Um, and then the reality is everybody's got their own lives now.
mm.
The kids have grown up and they've all got their own lives, and it's not very often that everybody's going to come at the same time. And the reality is, the house I'm in now, they wouldn't be able to stay here anyway. It's just
No. Yeah.
physically too small. So
Yes.
at that point, you're having to look at motels or
Yes.
Airbnbs or something like that
Mm,
anyway. And at that point, well, you don't need the extra linen. But that one was hard. I had to just talk to myself. No, this is fantasy, Sonia. Like in your
mm,
fantasy, this is what you'd like to happen. But the truth is, that's not what life is.
mm. I've
Yeah.
just stashed some linen and blankets and table covers in a half a container in the last couple of days, and I've just realised they're fantasy items, so I need
Yeah.
to take them out and take them to the op shop. So I love that fantasy. That's
Yes.
because
I
it
know.
really is. In an
Mm.
ideal world, we would have a house that just expanded and added the furniture and, needed all those things. But we don't have an ideal world. We have whatever constraints we have.